hope you're having a great day. So I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you're ready to jump headfirst into the week and see what it has to offer for us. So today's topic is Mkultra. And what is it, you ask? Well, thank you for asking. I'll go ahead and answer that for you. Anyway, no, Mkultra is actually something that is kind of been brought up recently. If any of you all follow Repzilla and follow the kind of that poppy conspiracy theory and how that there is Mkultra and Monarch and, you know, different projects done by the CIA, there's like hints to that or winks to that. You can trace it back to very satanic, ritualistic type things and symbols, and even can be traced back further to the Illuminati. And it's crazy. It's mind-blowing when you actually like start to think about all of these different things being connected. But Mkultra in particular was, it was between 1953 and 1966. The CIA financed a wide-ranging project codenamed Mkultra. Concerned with the research and development of chemical, biological, and radiological materials capable of employment in clandestine, I'm going to put it right up here for you, operations to control human behavior. These were such operations that were done in such a way that they went unnoticed by the general population or by, quote, enemy forces. But they were wanting to basically study how different interrogation techniques worked and how they could implement them and different things like that to basically control someone's mind and get them to confess to things under this mind control and for their mental abilities to be weakened in a sense so that they were easier to kind of deal with and manage. And then let's see here, an order was given by a CIA director by the name of Richard Helms in 1973 for Mkultra papers to be destroyed. But why? If you have nothing to hide and nothing to cover up and you're proud of what you're doing, then why would you want to destroy the paperwork unless you're obviously hiding something? In 1977, a FOIA, which is an FOIA, which is Freedom of Information Act, request uncovered 20,000 documents to Mkultra. This name comes from the designation of secret things such as World War II info. Other such projects with this name are MK Delta and MK Naomi. MK Delta dealt with military assassin training and trying to brainwash people and create basically the best superhuman they could. MK Naomi was to store materials that could either incapacitate or kill a test subject and develop devices for diffusion of such materials. There's a big, huge conspiracy that going around about as a kid, I remember seeing the jets up in the sky, and there would be like streams of like this white dust, and then they would like randomly just disappear and not, you know, happen again for a while, and then they just randomly reappear, and nobody really ever knew what they were. Everyone assumed, well, maybe it was, you know, something for crops, or maybe it was, you know, just the jet stream left behind from some kind of airplane or something. That could easily be talking to, you know, the MK Naomi thing. I mean, if they're trying to figure out a way to put something out there to be able to control masses, I mean, it's a better way than crop. But it's crazy. I mean, this is not really anything new. I mean, all of this stuff has been talked about before, but I think too often than not, it's made to look like the people who think about this are crazy or loony. Conspiracy theorists are just, you know, people who are locked in their basement somewhere just on their computers all day. And I mean, there's obviously a reason for it. They're looking for something. They're trying to piece together something because something inside of you says that this isn't right. Something's wrong with this picture. So, but anyway. MK were also the project sponsored by the technical services staff. Who are they, you ask? Well, these people are in charge of clandestine, I'm put it right here again for you, operations with gadgets, disguises, forgeries, secret writings, and weapons. So this would be basically, this could range from anything, any type of experiment that they would need any of those things for, or any type of testing or researching or whatever. There was a specific sect of people who kind of worked with that and did that. Also, Mkultra had another project called Sub-Project 54, or the Perfect Concussion Project. It used subaerial frequency blast to erase memory. Why do you need to erase people's memory? What are they possibly seeing that you don't want them to talk about? I mean, obviously, it's got to be something pretty big. So, I mean, it's blatantly right here. It's like all of this information is on Wikipedia. Anybody can look at it, anybody can read it, anybody can know it. But actually putting the pieces together is one of the hardest parts. And so that's what I kind of want to do for you guys, is kind of piece some of this together and give you examples of what's going on and why you should be, paying more attention to what's going on in politics and the media and pop culture. And it's crazy if you really think about it. But the biggest thing is I could sit here and, scare you with a bunch of facts and, show you proof of all this stuff, but the biggest thing that I'm worried about are the victims who are going through this, are the people who are successfully being brainwashed and used as corporate tools. And those are the people that we need to reach out towards. There's actually 2 women who do this fearlessly. They have a ministry where they go and they help those who have dealt with trauma through, telling them the gospel and showing them that there is still hope in an otherwise very hopeless world. I'll link the Naked Bible podcast down below for you guys with Michael Heisner as he talks to Fern and Audrey, the 2 women that I was talking about earlier, in their effort to help trauma-based victims. So definitely go check that out. Highly recommend it. So, yeah. But, that's really the only saving thing that we have is our faith, or is our, religion, our spirituality, because in the end, when it comes down to it, when we die, that's what we need to be focusing on, what's going to happen after we leave here. Because we already know, like any Christian knows, any spiritual person knows, and pretty much anybody in general knows, that this world, it's damned. It will one day perish, it will leave, we will not have it. So anything that you store up here, it means nothing. What matters is the memories you make with people, the people that you love, the people that you hold close to you and dear, and those are the things we need to be thinking about instead of, and this goes back to, it's not all about you. There is some very scary shit going on in our country, and you need to pay attention, and you need to hold your loved ones close, and you need to be informed. That's the biggest thing. That's why I say that you have to keep learning and expand your mind. Like, you have to, learn about what's going on, because it's important. But your whole point in being here is to glorify God, is to glorify your Creator. I know it's some really heavy stuff. I know it is. But you have to, at some point, confront it. And you have to be like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what we're dealing with. This is, it is heavy. But if you rely on God and you put your strength in Him, you can face anything. Anything at all. Like, He's going to be there for you. He's given you the tools to get through any type of bad thing that you will have to deal with here, because all of this is just temporary. This is like that. That's how short that this is. It's the blink of an eye. And then He'll be back, and He'll be here to get us, and we'll leave. And the world will crumble. I mean, that's specifically what it says. So instead of trying to store up things here and trying to make yourself popular here, like so many of the celebrities do, we lose sight of what's important. We make ourselves more important. We make, being famous or being rich or being popular or being whatever it is. That's ridiculous. It's not about you. And whatever gave you the impression that it was is beyond me. I mean, obviously it's our culture, but I want to know who the first person was who thought that it was all about them. Oh wait, I do know who it was. It was Satan himself. He thought that he was so much smarter and so much better than God. He knew better. And he was wrong. And this is where it all began. He knew better and was cast out of heaven and cast down to hell. And because misery loves company, he wanted to then, basically seduce Eve into eating the fruit, and then she seduced Adam into eating the fruit, and then they were all damned. And now we all have to deal with sin, and we all have to deal with trauma of some sort. I mean, we all go through something. Maybe it's not necessarily, trauma through, experimentation and stuff like that, but everybody has their own issues. And so if we take that into account and we don't make it all about our fucking selves, the world would be a lot better for it. I mean, I remember a time whenever people actually valued other people and they were there for them. And now we live in a world where I gotta get mine and I gotta be better than you. I feel like we have more competition in this world than we've ever had before. And why? Why are we all so angry and competitive and worrying about who's better and who's, faster, stronger, Stop. Just find what your best abilities are and use them to your advantage and do good things with them. If you're good at writing, then write. If you're good at speaking, then make videos. If you're good at taking care of elderly people, then do that. If you're good at being, around animals and helping them, do that. Do what it is that you're here for, what you're led to do. But make sure that it's the right thing. Don't get sucked up into what everybody else is doing. Be you, because there's only one you. God created you as you. And you have your own special, specific purpose, and that's why you're here. So don't try to be like everybody else. Just that simple. But anyway, I'm sorry. I know that was a lot, and it was very heavy, but I do appreciate you guys watching all the way through to the end. It's just some serious stuff, and I highly recommend you guys look into it and know, what's going on and stay informed. Look more than just what's on the surface. Don't just get your news from your daily dose of CNN. And don't forget to keep learning, expand your mind, be safe, don't be afraid, and do no harm. And stay strong. Seriously. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next Monday with a new Mental Rubik's Cube. Alright.